It's another beautiful episode on Uncanny Review today, and I'm your favorite host, Damisola. And with me here is my co-host,
Mr. Kennedy. Simple and short.
hmm, but not always on the conversation. Thank you all for always joining us on Light Africa Podcast Television. Thank you all for your subscription. Thank you all for your engagement on all social media platforms. We love you, and we can't really wait to dive into more conversational topics with you and for you and your loved ones. And today's topic is something that resonates with most of you and I and Kion here. And Mr. Kennedy, please don't take side today.
Which one is taking sides? Are we having the
Mm,
conversation or not?
We are actually. So today's topic is actually about are men who are clean, narcissistic, or not?
Okay, so that's more like perfectionists, men who are perfectionists.
Mm?
And I think I saw that conversation from I think I don't know, maybe like an actress or so said something
Yes.
about it that sparked, this conversation online.
Okay, let me actually read. The actress is Miriam Mugbuna, and let me read her comment. She said, "Men who are extremely clean and keep their space tidy are one of the most narcissistic and manipulative people you can ever meet." So now the question is being hygienic a problem or is it a trait of narcissism?
This is not just about hygienic. And even from what she said herself, is like she's even like contradicting herself in what she's saying.
And I feel like
Like,
this comment she made is actually a projection of who she truly is. And people, as Niger, like generally, is whatever you feel like you're comfortable with,
and
you comment it.
I believe that she's speaking the minds of a lot of people. It's not just who she truly is. I believe that she's speaking the mind of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why it's like that, actually.
Okay.
Because she said are men who are clean
Clean and
and
extremely tidy.
tidy their spaces,
Yes.
that they are usually narcissistic and controlling, manipulative, something like that.
Manipulative, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know about the being manipulative part, right? But I think probably they might come out as being narcissistic.
Mm-hmm.
And just the narcissism itself is usually about men who like to be dominant, actually, who like to be in control. As in, like, what do you expect from a man who is, you understand, clean, who is something close to a perfectionist, who tidies how many men tidies their spaces?
I feel like if so far as you can sleep, wake up, use things, you should be clean, actually.
you
Because
need
for
you,
me,
you need to
I'm not.
dive into men's lives, right? You
See,
need to
I get
dive
the
into men's
ideology
lives.
that like people's perception about guys is that most guys are dirty. So now when you see a clean guy out that keeps
Most
his
guys are
space clean,
actually dirty.
that keeps
Actually,
his
remove
space
it from the
clean,
perception, bring it to most guys are actually.
someone like you now. So let's
Me,
continue.
I'm far from, as in, like, I'm light years away from being dirty,
Okay.
actually. So you understand the reason
So are
why
you
I said, right?
okay?
The reason why I said her saying men who are clean and tidy their space are usually narcissistic. And what she mean by narcissistic just means like being controlling and being dominant and being in charge. What I'm saying is, like, do you know what it takes for you to be that clean and to be that tidy and close to being a perfectionist? Do you know the amount of discipline it takes for you to have to live in that kind of, you understand, that
Mhm.
level of life?
I
You
think
know,
someone in the comment
so
section made a particular comment that says that it takes a while for a guy to come up with the whole idea that he wants to keep his space clean and just not just anyhow lady they can just come into that space and just disorganize everything
it's
because you are
actually a
trying to
lot
be
of
organized.
work.
And for the fact that you let me say 1 in 10% of guys
Yeah.
you hardly see you see some guys that are clean. Yes, that you have to take a step further to see an extremely clean guy. It's a different
It's
thing for you to be clean, and it's like on
hmm.
another level for you to be
it
extremely
doesn't it
clean.
doesn't come easy. It doesn't come easy. It's something that is really, really, like, when I was in school, because I lived in the hostel, right? So when we were in school, usually in Abia State University at that time, they usually assign 4 people to every room, right? 4 people to a room, and we
Okay.
had like
Is it a bunk room?
yeah, like the rooms are like this size, right? And there are two bunks in it.
Okay.
So you have one there, one
Up.
down, one
So
or
you
one
have a
down.
bunkmate.
So that's like for, yeah, you have a bunkmate.
Okay.
So like four people in a room, right? So my room then, I stayed in the same room with some of my friends, like three other of my friends. We're all friends, right? We stayed in the same room. So the way we organize our room, you can't see any clothes hanging outside
The
anywhere.
wardrobe
You can't see when you come into our room, you can't see any clothes hanging. And this is a rule we had in
in
the
the
room.
room. Okay.
Yes, this
And
is one
everyone
of the
comes.
rules.
Wow.
You can't come. We all have our shelves, our bookshelves. You can't drop your books just
Anyhow.
on the table. It has
Mm.
to be either in the shelf or in your bag.
Okay, I would like to
One of
ask a
them.
question now. So from like that your roommate now, would you say that you can actually say one of them is manipulative in a way?
Okay, so the thing is like that vibe, that organization vibe is coming from, let me just say, one of my roommates,
Mm.
Morgan, and I.
Okay.
The other two,
And
so
just like the
we are
regular
like the
guys.
chairmen of the rule. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So the other two are just complying. So we make the rules, we also enforce it. So over time, they now got used to, you understand, living like that, because it's now like this is the culture in this room.
Mm. So they
So
have to
but
go with
the
it.
point I'm trying to make is like, so many of the other guys, like in the hostel, when they come to our room, they are usually shocked
To
at
see.
how organized it
Wow.
is. And like our bed, your bed have to always be
Be laid.
laid. It has to be laid.
Hmm.
If you get up
I
of the
love that.
bed and is rough, we'll call you back. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
To buy, you understand? The beds
That's so
are always,
extreme.
yeah, the beds are always laid. So every time people come to our room, they're like, how come your rooms are disorganized? You understand what I'm saying? They usually, and coming to into our room, that you just can't come to a place like this
And I'm sure that
and want to like do anyhow.
yes,
it
you have
it,
to
it
follow the rule.
can never work. So first of all, there are ground rules
So
on
how
how
did you
you have
build
to live.
that? You built it right from when you were at home,
Okay,
right?
so for me, I don't know any particular time I became like this, but I realized I've always been like this. For
Oh
instance,
wow.
when I went to the boarding school in GSS 1, right? I went to the boarding school. When I came home from the boarding school, my first term after doing that GSS 1, I had to like, first of all, my house felt like, what kind of house is this? I
Like a
had to
changed
start rearranging
environment.
yeah. I had to start cleaning the entire parlor, rearranging the entire house and everything.
Wow.
And my parents were like,
What's
what's
wrong
wrong
with
with
this one? That's actually the perception that comes with
because
it.
I couldn't like, I don't know, it's so disorganized. You understand?
Because
So
you're
that
already
was the
used to
first
it.
time
You experience
I
that.
was aware that I couldn't stay in a disorganized space.
But you left home for school, right?
Exactly. That was after my primary six.
Wow. So okay, we can say that you detected that when you got into junior secondary school.
I don't, maybe something switched it on when I went to boarding
Boarding
school
school.
that
I
first
think
time,
boarding school will give you that
because we had,
responsibility
now
that you need
boarding
to care
school,
for yourself and
I'm telling
keep
you,
your
and
environment
it's a
clean.
government school, government secondary school. So we had lots of rules, right? Including this laying bed thing. You have to always lay your bed. You have to do this by this time. You have to do the
So
other
you
one.
went on
There's a
and
way you have to
on.
eat. You understand? So all those trainings were there. So by the time I came home, that first time, I couldn't live any other way apart from the way I've been living.
I think that's a good
So
lesson
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's not really about you just going out. It's about you like following up on whatever thing you've learned and keeping up with anything
exactly.
that
But it
you
resonated with
observe in your
something
environment.
inside of me
And the
that is
fact that
already
you
inside of
already
me.
want to be clean,
Exactly.
so
It
it's
resonated
to
with
make
something
it
that is
easier for
already
you.
inside.
Yes.
So because it's not everyone who is in the boarding school, who went to the boarding school, became that
Not
organized.
everyone, no.
Exactly. So
Even
so it just
in my
resonated.
uni, I think I had, I think was it 100 level or I think 100 level, yeah. So there was this particular person that some people had issue with. It's not like I didn't really have issue with her because although we share the same space, yes, but it's still kind of there's a separation, like there's a how will I put it? There's something that is still separating each bunk from
Okay.
one another. So you have to keep your own side clean.
Yeah, yeah,
And
sure.
when it's time for you to dispose the bin and everything, you know that you can do it bunk by bunk.
Exactly.
And you just have to take responsibility for your space
Yeah,
and
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah, sure.
everyone generally, except we have general cleaning coming up. So the people like my roommates just felt like, oh, there's something wrong about this lady, and the kind of vibe she was giving, this one, that one. And she was extremely clean. She was very clean. But the fact that I'm saying this because I don't want it to be like just from the guy's perspective.
Yeah.
It can also be
Yeah.
from a like be
Exactly.
with a
Yes,
woman.
yes.
So now the way she behaves, the way she speaks, the way she does her things, and I'm like, hello, you're taking this thing too far now. It's so extreme. Like
It's too.
you are trying to be a perfectionist, but you are not.
Mhm.
And the fact that we know that you're
Of
hygienic.
course, nobody is perfect.
Yes, we know that, but there are some perfectionists out there, but you will not see the flaws. The flaws might not be physical.
Exactly. They may not be
So
real.
it might be in their closets that you now
Exactly.
observe those flaws.
Mhm.
So now when I just looked at her and I'm like, but why are you now doing all of this when you know that you're still going to some conversations we have sometimes, and I'm like, hello, this baby is manipulative. Oh. I'm like,
See, it's just that you see the controlling part, right? The controlling part. There's no how, and the
and
reason
it's not
why.
hitting on the forehead though.
No, of course. The
You can't
reason why
say it's not
the
hitting
lady
with them.
even said something about that is people that you are in relationship with. That's when you really realize that probably they are being narcissistic or something like
You're
that, or being
manipulative.
manipulated. Exactly.
Yes.
Because and there's the cause, right? There's a cause. Because see, it it for them to have an organized space, it means their life is organized. They have taken time to
You
organize
think
it.
so?
Yes,
Or they just
they are like usually.
it's a different ball game if you are organized and your whole life yourself is not organized.
It's difficult
It's not
for you
organized.
to
It's
have
not.
an
We're not talking
organized
about just
space.
physical organization
It's
here.
difficult. Let me tell you. Let me
Some
tell
people.
you. Let me tell you something. It's difficult for you to have an organized space and not have an organized life. It's difficult
Okay.
for you
Keep
for that to
example.
happen. One, not just organized life. Organized life includes an organized work,
Mm-hmm.
your work, organized finances, right? All these things. Just having an organized space alone
So
goes far way deep
if you think
than
that
just the space you're seeing.
okay, if you say that because of the fact that they are well organized, so why do they still have some challenges in some areas?
With
Because
other
if you
people,
yes, with if you and this
as
is
in
because
relating with other people.
it's not just about relationship. Like there are some even at work, like talking to people outside
Of course,
relationship and
that one
everything.
that
They
one is
see
that,
her encounter some challenges and they'll be like, when you trace it back, you'll be like, okay, this is your fault and it's because of so thing, and it will
see.
still boil down to your organization. So you can't actually say that
So
because you are
we're not
organized, you can't.
we're just speculating because I'm telling you this is like a pattern. It's like a
Yeah, it's a
pattern
trait
actually.
that
So what
you
I'm saying
already
is that
have.
for instance now that kind of person now gets into a relationship with somebody. Do you understand what I'm saying? People like that usually have structures.
Mm,
They don't just live. Even me,
you
I
think
don't
so?
I don't just live every single day. I
Okay.
follow my structure. I follow the structure of my life. So anybody that comes into it have to align with that structure.
Okay, you can't disrupt anything
If
for
you
anyone.
disrupt my entire life,
Oh,
it took me time for me to build it and organize it this
speak
way.
of
So
organization.
so every single time I go to bed and I wake right into that structure and keep living inside.
Okay, now let's talk about the
That's
relationship
just how it
aspect.
is. Yeah.
Let's talk about the relationship aspect.
Yeah.
So I would like to ask you, since thank God you are here, and I love the fact that you're not someone that is manipulative.
We don't know that. You don't even know that.
I say I thank God. I'm thanking God
You,
in advance.
you don't know that. Is that like a prayer? I like, oh, I thank God. I
I
hope
thank
you're not
God that you're not
manipulative.
because I can see
Is
the
that a
traits.
prayer?
I can see the traits.
That's your.
So actually, I would like
That's
to
the
ask.
thing. You see. That's why I have a problem with what she said, right? Because things are not going according to the way you want them to go. So you're feeling like the person is manipulative. That's the thing. And all I'm doing, trying to do, is just to protect my own self
Yeah, I
and to
get
protect my life, so that your disorganization doesn't disorganize
affect
my
you.
organization. That's
Yeah,
just the thing,
I get
right? So
you.
I'm trying to protect myself. So
Okay.
now you're thinking, oh, I'm manipulative, and because you're trying to make me lay down my guard, and that's not going to come down
Okay.
ever.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Okay. Now talking about the relationship aspect, I'd like to ask you, um, when you got into a relationship with
Yeah.
your first
Yeah.
girlfriend, So how did she feel about your hygienic
Yeah,
parts?
it
And
was always a problem.
if did she notice any trait of manipulation or being a narcissist or something?
Okay, I first of all, I don't know, like the word being narcissistic or something like that. It wasn't flying around
And
then,
you will not know
right?
you have it actually.
So
Okay.
the thing is that there was one day, uh, so my girlfriend came to my apartment, right, and then she she just she just there's this sigh she just gave, like, ah, you know what I'm
As
saying?
usual.
Yeah. ah I looked at her like,
What happened?
what? You know what I'm saying?
I knew.
And then she was like, why is this place always speak and span? Everything always
I feel
organized.
like
This thing is here,
a
the other one is there.
little drop
Can't you
of
scatter it a
something
little bit? She now went
and
and
scattered.
scattered it.
It's like a movie.
Like, why is your always organized? This one is here, the other one is all, everything is always, can't you scatter it a little bit?
So
She
what
now
did
went
you
and
do?
scattered it. I was just looking at her like,
And
I
you
was
did
just
nothing.
reminded like,
You did
no, I
nothing.
didn't do anything, like, because
Oh,
I feel like, what's wrong with this one?
really?
I have to have it disorganized. Why?
Who went back to arrange it?
I did. I arranged it back.
Obviously.
I arranged it. I have to arrange it back
Okay.
because I can't stay in a disorganized space. That's just the thing.
So
Because
what will
my
happen if you
brains will
do?
not, my brain will not be able to function well.
Hmm.
It affects me even mentally.
Wow.
Yes, my brain will. I won't be able to function. I won't even be able to do much work or anything like that. I have to first of all organize everywhere. But the said girl now says her own space. If you look at it, is very, very organized.
Are you serious?
That's just the thing. You see,
So she has
so
taken that trait
everybody. No,
already.
that's just the thing. It's difficult for you to be able to move forward and have an organized mind if
Hmm.
you don't organize your space. That's just the thing. And it's not like I'm being trying
But
to be
I
hard on
think
anybody.
she understands the fact that you love your space to be organized and
Maybe at that time
love
she
an
didn't.
hygienic environment.
And one thing things like that does is
No, she
that
has been observing you for a while before she said that can't this place just be scattered or
exactly.
something. So
Yeah.
now she understands the kind of person you are. She
Yeah.
understands that you love to keep your space tidy
Exactly.
up and everything. And the fact that I love that for her. But I think she just wanted to see the other side of you. You know, there are some people that when you just mess up their environment, there's a way they react. And I think narcissists also do that. The kind of facial expression they give, their countenance will just change. And it will be like, hello. I was just, you know,
No,
and
it was actually a funny experience for me. It was actually a funny experience when she did that because one thing it does
I'm
is
sure
that
you would be angry at that
no,
particular time.
I wasn't actually. It
Are you
was
sure you were
funny.
not angry? I think I should speak to her actually.
Just because she scattered. No, 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 no. I know it was like I saw the frustration and I understand it because every single time that you get into a space that looks like it's too good for you, you feel judged
Mm.
yourself. Like,
If you are not that person.
exactly. If you're not up to that level of
Yes.
whatever it is, you feel judged somehow. Like when you get into an environment and people are talking about all the degrees they had, the
Mm.
certificates they have
And you
back
have nothing
and
to
stuff like
show.
that. You start feeling like, are you people trying to tell us that we didn't go to school? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You remember then in school when you come to class and everybody's reading, everybody's carrying
You
book
just
reading.
carry your book and
You feel
read
like,
up.
didn't I also pay school fees? You understand? They are
Am I a
making
dullard?
you, yeah, they're always
Yes.
making you feel they didn't say anything to you. Nobody told you
So I
anything or
think
said
that's
anything to you,
self
but you already
judgment.
feel judged. Yeah,
That's self
exactly.
judgment. I just
So
comes with it
so
and
that
like
happens sometimes. And you know what? Look at what Nigerians do when they go over to
abroad.
other, yeah,
Yes. They
Western
don't litter
countries.
around though.
They don't litter.
Like
People that throw away rubber from the
I think
window
I'm
of
now being
vehicles.
cautious of me
Do you
disposing
understand? So
my
the
stuff
environment
on the road.
automatically just conditions you.
I
The
think
environment alone conditions you,
mm-hmm.
right? You don't throw things away because you feel like this place is too clean for me to exhibit my character.
Okay, now let me say this. Lagos State government as a case study here. You know, Lagos State is pushing forward about environmental sanitation, coming
Yeah,
back
because
with
they just
the
started
Saturday
it.
weekend sanitation and the like. And I love that. And the fact that you know Lagos State not on Nigeria is ranked to be like first 10 countries in the world that has like a dirty environment, open
Very deadly.
education,
First, the top
everything
on the list.
and everything.
Ah,
And the fact that, Lagos is like topping the list
mm,
because you see open defecation, you see dumps,
hmm,
like every
it's
just
crazy.
litters
I'm
around
telling
and
you.
dirt. And sometimes I pass, there was a
I went to
particular route I
Obalede
was going
yesterday. I
to,
couldn't breathe.
and I was wearing those mats already,
Huh.
but I still had to cover my nose, even while
Again,
still on
on
nose
top
bags,
the
because
nose
of the
mask.
smell was so horrible that I could barely breathe, and I just had to manage to just pass that place. And the fact that I actually want to commend the Lagos State government for doing this, because it's not just about keeping, it's
I hope we're
trying
doing
to.
the job. It's not just bringing out a day for the sanitation
No, we
thing.
have actually. No, it's just that they know that you don't have enough time to clean your environment.
Mm.
So they want to devote at least just a day in the week,
It's
in
not
the
even like a
month.
day.
It's
It's like
just,
2 hours.
man,
Six
that's
thirty to
that's
eight
six
thirty.
thirty to 8:30. That's like 2 hours
Yeah.
at least. So if you have 2 hours on a particular weekend that you've not been around for like over a month or something,
Mm.
at least you know that that 2 hours should
The thing is
do
that people
something.
now think that's when to use the previous night for vigil so that you can sleep that 2 hours and
And
go
go
out
out by
and now go
9
and open your shop
or
by eight
something.
thirty.
So I just want to tell people that
It's
it's
pathetic.
very good to keep your environment clean and work in hand with the Lagos State government officials on your environmental sanitation last weekend, every last Saturday of the month. And also as individuals, please ensure you keep your environment clean. I am not trying to sabotage what this lady said,
Mm.
and the fact that it's good to keep your environment clean. Be it a man, be it a woman, you can be clean and not be a narcissistic person. You can
Even
be
a
clean
lady,
and not be manipulative.
even a
But the fact that you take it to extreme is when
for
those traits will start
okay,
showing
so
up.
how extreme is extreme?
Very extreme.
How extreme is extreme? No, tell us where it gets you. Now know that oh,
The
this is
fact
really
that
like extreme.
as a narcissistic person, you feel like you don't have empathy for people. You just want your space to be very clean. You just want, if they pick something
Even
here,
other people are destroyed in the process. You
yes,
don't want to
and you have this like mental, how would I say, it's this mental calculation that you are the perfect person here and no other person can measure up to your standard, right? And the fact that you want people to meet up, you are trying to enforce them, let me use that word, to meet up with your own standard. And it's not everyone that will be like you actually. Some people would
and
be
for
clean
very
and
clean people, truly, right? People who are like that meticulous. It's not just the guys, even ladies too, they are
yeah,
like
that's what
that.
I said now.
So
The
so
story I
for
shared,
people that are like that, right? Relationships are usually not easy.
very difficult for them.
Yeah, they are usually not easy because there are so many things that you can walk into this room and not notice,
Yes.
right? Like for instance, that
Continue.
I, if there's a pure watermelon on the ground, right?
Mm.
You can walk into this room and not notice it.
Because you're not that
But
kind of person.
immediately someone like me walks into this room, that's the first thing I will see.
Yes. So
That's the first thing I will see. And let me tell you, throughout my stay in this room, I'll be very uncomfortable. But
until you
you,
pick it up and go drop
exactly,
it in the
or
refuse
some
bin.
whatever happens to it. But you, on the other hand, will just be enjoying your life, be yourself. You understand? Just be vibing. You understand? But I can't. As long as that pure water nylon is on the ground, I can't vibe anything. I can't be myself. My
Okay.
eyes will always be going there. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it's not supposed to be there. So that's where I tell you that some of these things are mentally, you understand,
It has to do
connected
with
to.
mental
You
connection.
say it's
Yes.
mentally connected. So if I'm here and probably something that should be standing there is lying
Bent.
somehow or
Yeah.
is not where it's supposed to be, is on the other
You
side.
just want to give a proper
If I'm having a
placement.
conversation with you, I can't concentrate
You
because
won't
of that thing.
you won't be comfortable actually.
That's just the thing.
Yeah.
But for some other people, they can't even notice. Oh, what's the problem?
And
But
it's
we
not like
can't see any
those kind
problem. We
of
can't see.
people, it's not like they're not clean. And it's not like they don't take their hygienic yeah, precautions or whatever I'll
Mm,
say it's into consideration. They just feel like I can just deal with it for the meantime that will be here.
yeah,
So let me just overlook it. Or the fact
exactly.
that they already have it at back of their mind that okay,
And that's
we have cleaners, so they feel like okay, this has been entrusted in someone
is not my
to
problem.
carry out. So that person should do that thing,
Exactly.
perform their duty and go. But you just be like, well, if you take it, take it. If you like, don't take it. That's your
So
problem.
so so that's one of the what I don't even know if I should call it ways in which we now people like me yeah, get to live, right? I realized, okay, first of all, you can't save the entire world. There's no, so
But
you
it
you
can
can't
start
you
with
can't
you.
correct all the wrongs, right? So you will have to learn to overlook it, right? You realize that, okay, so I can't do all this, so I let me just act as
Focus on
though
myself.
exactly
Yeah.
like all is well, like, you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying. So I just kind of like fight my trying to concentrate on that thing and concentrate on what I'm doing right now
Yeah.
and forget it. You understand? Especially if it's someone else's place where they are supposed to do by themselves and everything.
But can I ask a question? Why is it now that most times those, especially, I'm not trying to say that it's wrong
Mm.
and you're that kind of person, no, but it's like a a popular predisposition about clean people, that once you are clean, you'll be narcissistic in nature and you'll be manipulative.
Mhm.
So how can we clear that, like clear the hair with
We can't
that?
clear it too, because
Why?
you see that being narcissist, right? I told you already that being narcissist, that she talked about, it looks like being controlling.
Mm.
And as long as I'm in my space, right, I'm going to control every single thing that
Mm.
comes in it.
And
That's the thing.
you can't
Because
lose
I can't
that.
allow you to
Why?
come and mess it up, then walk away, then I'm dealing with the mess. No, I can't allow that to happen. Because that time that I use in dealing with the mess that you made
So
and
now
left
the
from,
conclusion of the matter
I'll use
is
it
that
in achieving other things. So I can't allow that to happen. So
you
that's
are
why
a
I have to
narcissistic.
control it.
You're a narcissistic person then.
Yeah, it's okay. As in, if
I
that's
think
what
this is
it
the
is.
first time that we will ever have any agreement on this show. Thank you. Thank you. It's
No, I have to control when this handshake ends.
okay. It's okay.
I have to beat.
Thank you. Please, if you watched to this moment and you've not subscribed, please go back and click on the subscribe button and share this video when you finally view it to the end. Thank you. So now moving on, I think we just said what would you like to give as an advice to like individuals out there that are trying to be
So,
perfectionists but not
okay.
the narcissistic ones, please. Like
People, we throw around labels these days, right?
yeah.
So even being saying someone is narcissistic is not necessarily like the person. She just want to say that the person is too controlling, like they should lay their guards down, that kind of a
Mm,
thing. But uh, what I would say is this, like, um you might not be that kind of person, right? Who is
yeah.
always tidy, keep their space tidy and everything. If you get into spaces of people like that, just respect their space.
Okay.
That's just the thing. I'm telling you, they won't lay their guards down. They will not adjust for you. That's how they are. Their space will always be spick and span, and they will not allow you spoil it. That
Indirectly,
they
they're
will not allow
manipulating
you.
you to be who they want you to be.
No, no, no. Because for me, I don't have the energy of trying to make people
Okay.
become what they are not.
Mm-hmm.
Be you,
Okay.
but don't be you in my space. When you come to my space, you will be what I want you to be, right? Then when you go to your space, be you.
Ah.
That's how I work. That's the thing. If you're not someone who normally takes a bottle that you just drank water from and put in the dustbin,
Mm.
you're not that kind of person.
So
When
why
you come
not
to
do
my
it?
space, you will be that kind of person, right? Because immediately you take water and drop it on the ground, the bottle on the ground, I'll ask you to pick it up and go and drop it in the
Okay.
bin. That's what I will tell you to
I've
do.
gotten the conclusion
So
of
I,
my
don't- I don't
words.
I don't I really do not care about what you think. So, but when you get to your place, be you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it works for me.
Thank you. I would advise our viewers like you as our audience out there to please always keep your environment clean and don't be manipulative when you're trying to enforce someone to do that when they get to your space. We understand the fact that you are clean, you love to keep your environment tidied, and you just want everything sparkling clean. Yes, we get it. If you're trying to just be a narcissistic person and also be manipulative at the same time, please and please and please work on yourself. You can do better instead of just trying to throw it on our face like Mr. Kyan Kennedy sitting beside me here. So thank you all for staying with us on Uncanny Review today. I'm your favorite host, Damisola. Kindly follow me on all social media platforms at Damisola and my co-host.
Mr. Kennedy on all socials at Kion Kennedy.
And please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Light Africa Podcast Television and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Snapchat, Twitter. Like, follow us everywhere and we'll follow you back because we want this conversation to continue. We don't want it to stop here. And please drop your comments in the comment section. Would you stay with someone that is sick, that is very clean, that is extremely hygienic, or you just view the person to be narcissistic and manipulative in nature? Please drop your comments. We would like to engage on it. Thank you all for staying with us. We love you. Bye.
Bye.